Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I did a tutorial on this berryish halo eye that's really going to make green eyes pop. I do have green eyes and I love making them stand out because green eyes are rare. So I love making them stand out any chance I get. And any berry tone shadows, reds, pinks, purples, are all going to make green eyes really pop. So I created this look using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette and the Blink Electric Eyes palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep watching. Okay, so to prep my skin, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Rehab Makeup Prep Moisturizer. I absolutely love this before makeup because it really sinks into the skin fast and it really does do a good job of moisturizing the skin. Okay, now for the brows, I'm going to go on with the Colourpop Cosmetics BanginBrunette Brow Pencil, and I'm just going to fill in my brows as normal. To prime my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I always go in with a concealer instead of an actual eye primer because I feel like concealer really does a better job of making sure you have a nice even canvas for your eyeshadow. It really helps even out any discoloration you have, and it really looks nice under the eyeshadow, so I just go in with concealer. First I put it on, pat it out with my finger, and then I go in and blend it out with a brush just to make sure that it's all one even layer across the eyelid. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Tempera on a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to put this all over the lid just to really make sure that that concealer is set and it's not tacky, so that way my shadows doesn't drag or anything else later on. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Orange on a NYX number 16 brush, and I'm just going to pop this in the transition area, really making sure to blend and buff that in really nicely and bring it up closer to the brow bone. With that same brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Real Gar, and I'm going to just intensify that crease up a little bit, not necessarily taking it as high as we just did that transition shade because I really do want a nice gradient effect from the brow down, but I'm going to go in and put this just about everywhere we did put that transition shade just to really intensify that orange. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the shade Love Letter on a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to keep this a lot lower than I did those oranges because I really want a nice gradient effect like I said before, and I really want this deep burgundy shade to be closest to the lid shade. And I'm just going to buff that in with windshield wiper motions until it's the depth and the intensity that I would like it to be. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Teeny. This could be Rodani. I'm not sure how to read the names on this palette. I don't know if they're in order on the back of the palette or what, but this is a really pretty jewel toned pink, and I'm going to just go in and put this all over the lid with this Morphe flat shader brush. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this NYX white eye primer, and I'm just going to pop this in the center of the lid just to make sure that this gold tone that we're going to put in the center of the lid will really stand out up against this pink. Okay, now going in with either Orpime or Sphene. Like I said, I don't know how these are in order on this palette, but this is a really light tone gold, and I'm just going to pop this in the center of the lid to really give that halo effect to the eye. Okay, now we're going to prime our face with the MAC Strobe Cream. I usually go in with this after my moisturizer because this does have a light catching ability to it. So this is really going to make your skin look really hydrated and glowy. So I usually go in with this, and then I will go in with my pore filling primer in just a second. Okay, now I'm going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I'm only going to put this in the area that I have larger pores, so throughout the T-zone, the forehead, I'm just going to press this in really nicely to make sure that it fills in those pores. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm going to pump this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply it with this little brush just in stripes all over the face, just to make sure I have all the product on my skin before I go in with a beauty blender, because actually the Tarte blending sponge, it does soak up a lot of product, and this kind of helps ensure that you don't soak up too much product from going straight on the back of your hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on my face all over just like this, and then I'm going to blend it out with that sponge. Okay, now to conceal and do a little bit of highlighting, I'm going to go in with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. And I'm just going to put this everywhere that I want to conceal or bring more light to the face. And I'm going to set that with my Coty Airspun powder. I'm just going to pour some into the cap and then use the Tarte blending sponge damped to just pat that into the skin. Only where I put the concealer though. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Shade, and I'm just going to put this on this brush and then put it in the contours of my cheeks, and then I'm going to blend it out with a stippling brush. I found that if you apply the product in a straight line like this first, you get a more defined line for your contour, and then when you blend it out, it blends like a dream, so you never have no problems with that. So I'm just going to blend this in. Okay, now going in with the shade Sculpt on this Real Techniques blush brush, I'm just going to apply this as I would bronzer, just everywhere that I just put that contour, not only to set the contour, but to kind of give a little bit more color to my skin, because the contour is a deeper ashy tone, and this one's more of a warm tone, so this is going to add more color back to the skin. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that sponge again and some more of this powder, and I'm just going to carve out those cheeks just a little bit more to make sure my contour is defined. And now going in with the Tarte Seduce blush, I'm just going to put this on my cheeks with this blush brush. And I had a hair on my face, but I'm just going to apply blush. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Colourpop Cosmetics Swerve Cream Gel Liner, and I'm just going to use this to tightline. Okay, going back in with that pink shade on this Morphe brush, I'm just going to apply this to the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to use that same gold to highlight the inner corner because it really does stand out a lot. Right now I'm going to wipe away that bake, and then I'm going to go in with some highlight. Okay, now for an old favorite, I'm going to go in with Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, and I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones. Okay, now time to set. I'm going to go with Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Ignore my dog in the background. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to set this down, and then I'm going to go in with my sponge and just tap everything in to make sure everything is nice and set. Okay, now I'm going in with Kylie Cosmetics Liquid Velvet Lipstick in the shade Bare, and I'm just going to apply this to my lips as normal. Okay, so even though that wasn't a matte lipstick, I'm going to go in with this shade Celeste in Buxom Lip Gloss, and I'm just going to apply this all over because I really do love this lipstick color with a lip gloss on top. Alright guys, so that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and we will see you in the next video.